Hello everyone, my name is Rajat Singh. On behalf of Amritsar Founders, I welcome all. Topic for today's webinar is Blocking the Creators Block by Rishabh Arora. Rishabh Arora is the founder of Aptitude Baba. Aptitude Baba is an aptitude training institute based in Amritsar that specializes in aptitude training of campus placements. The institute has achieved 90% success rate successfully for the last 3 years. An unrivaled success report in aptitude training industry. Rishabh is not just an excellent teacher, but has remarkable skills in the curriculum design. He has interacted with more than 3,000 students in last 7 years of his teaching career and has intimate understanding of what stifles cognitive productivity and creativity. We will be taking questions and answers in the end of the session. So I request everybody to type their questions in the chat session. We'll start with Rishabh.
Thank you, Rajat. It was such a nice introduction. So let me first of all introduce the topic for the day, blocking creators block. Essentially, all of us are, somewhere involved into the creative profession. Some of us are web designers, some of us are entrepreneurs, some of us might be, lyricists, someone might be a painter. All of us are engaged in creating something at some point of our life. And, in today's world, in this 21st century, we are in a knowledge age. So in this knowledge age, all of us are creators. We are actively creating new things. Now, you might be an entrepreneur creating a new business model. You might be a painter creating a new painting. You might be, let's say, a writer writing a new novel. So we all are creators. And sometimes we often come across a situation जहाँ पे हमारा दिमाग रुक जाता है. It's like we are trying to come up with new thoughts, but our brain is not able to come up with new thoughts. We feel so stuck in the current situation that we feel like quitting. This situation is what we like to call as creator's block. Now, Rajat gave a very good introduction for me. I'd like to build upon that introduction and I'd like to tell you a little bit more about my own professional background and why I feel I'm qualified to give you some knowledge on creator's block. I'm an educator by profession, and over the last 7 years of my teaching experience, what I've learned is that becoming a good student is not the game of just IQ. It's not the game of raw processing power of your brain, if you want to use the computer analogy. It is also the game of mindset, it is also the game of attitude. This talk that I'm delivering today was originally titled as How to Handle Mental Block as a Student, and it was originally meant for my students. So ये talk को मैं आज से almost 2 साल पहले अपने class में अपने students को दिया करता था, so that they are able to better handle the block that a student might get into while he is preparing for a subject. But since then, I have expanded my research into other creative fields as well. I've expanded my research into writing, photography, cinematography, even web design. And what I've found is that the same principles and the same hacks are very much applicable into any creative profession. So the aim of this talk is going to provide you with some hacks, some tools that you can start using immediately to reboot your creative process. In today's discussion, I will be outlining 10 hacks that I have developed over last few years that help me get over my creator's block. Also, at the end of the talk, I'll be sharing a PDF with you that will be available on the page of Amritsar Founders, Facebook page of Amritsar Founders. So at the end of the talk, I'll be also sharing a PDF that will be containing an outline of all the hacks that we are going to be discussing in today's discussion. So I assume we all understand what creator's block is. So let's just get into the talk. So let's discuss all these points one by one. The first hack that I generally suggest if you are in that situation of creator's block where you're not able to come up with new ideas is to have a mind shift. See, the analogy that I give here is that of a forest. Let's imagine that you're in a forest. It's a very beautiful forest. और आप उस जंगल में इंडिविजुअल ट्रीज के ऊपर फोकस करने का कोशिश कर रहे हो. Now you might be able to focus on one or two trees individually, but you would end up missing the beauty of the entire forest. The point that I'm trying to make here is that as entrepreneurs, as creative people, we generally tend to get too limited or too narrowly focused on one aspect, and we end up missing the overall, you can say, the overall aspect of our business or of our venture or of our creative process. So you can't see the forest for the trees. बेसिकली हमें इस चीज को समझने का जरूरत है कि अगर हम एक ही एस्पेक्ट के ऊपर बहुत ज्यादा नैरोली फोकस हो जाते हैं तो हम कई बार बिगर पिक्चर नहीं देख पाते, बड़े लेवल पे चीजों को नहीं समझ पाते. लेट मी elaborate what I'm saying by picking up an example from my own life. It was April 2017. I had just started with my second venture, Aptitude Baba, and we were working on worksheets that we were supposed to deliver to our students. So basically, हमारा Aptitude Baba जो है, it's an educational institution. So what we were doing was that we were basically, trying to develop the worksheets that will be delivered to the students. So paper-based worksheets that will be delivered to the students. Now, before I started with the Aptitude Baba, I had worked at Career Launcher Amritsar, and I hated the worksheet quality that Career Launcher was providing to the students. They would simply provide that cheap photo-stated worksheets, and that too generally with very poor formatting and very poor paper quality. So when I started with this worksheet development thing at my own center in Aptitude Baba, I became very focused. I became rather not focused. I became obsessive over everything. Not only was I super concentrated, not only I was super concerned about the quality of content that was going into those worksheets, but also I was simply going nuts. I was simply going nuts over formatting and print quality and minor issues related with those worksheets. I was so obsessed that after a worksheet had been prepared, I would pick up a scale, literally a scale, and start measuring everything on it. मैं लिटरली वर्कशीट पे स्केल रख के देखता था कि कहीं पे 2 mm का मार्जिन का इशू तो नहीं रह गया, या कहीं पे 2 mm की भी गलती तो नहीं रह गई. Also, I was experimenting with the type of inks that would be fed to the printer to ensure the best possible quality of printing. Now, you might think that, oh, that is really getting into details of something and learning it and ensuring the quality. But trust me, what was happening was that I was just driving all around, I was driving myself, first of all, as well as people around me nuts. So I was just driving my staff nuts, but also I would end up wasting so much time and energy that it started taking a toll on other aspects of the business. It was then that I realized that I need to see the forest, not the individual trees. Once I had this mental shift, things became very easy. I created a standard operating procedure in the form of a checklist, which my staff has been following ever since, and it has done a pretty good job at ensuring the quality of worksheets that are being prepared. Yes, I do have a final yes on the worksheets before they go into bulk printing, but my final yes is only based upon a bird's eye view of the worksheet. I do not really get into the minute details of worksheet. I've stopped going into the minute details of the worksheet, and I've left the entire job of quality, maintenance, as well as development of worksheets on my staff. Now, what has this done is that it has freed up so much of my time for other creative ventures that overall growth of the center has, multiplied many times. So पहले जब मैंने सेंटर स्टार्ट किया था तो मैं वर्कशीट्स की प्रिंटिंग को लेकर इतना ज्यादा फोकस हो जाता था, क्वालिटी इंश्योर करने में इतना ज्यादा फोकस हो जाता था कि क्वालिटी तो इंश्योर होती थी, लेकिन उससे मैं बड़ी पिक्चर को मिस करना शुरू हो गया था. लेकिन जब मैंने माइंडसेट चेंज किया कि भाई मुझे एक ओवरऑल अंडरस्टैंडिंग बनानी है, आई नीड टू सी द ओवरऑल फॉरेस्ट, नॉट द इंडिविजुअल ट्रीज, माय क्रिएटिव प्रोसेस इंप्रूव्ड. नाउ आई एम एबल टू स्पेंड मोर टाइम ऑन थिंग्स व्हिच आर मोर क्रिएटिवली प्रोडक्टिव. And it's a common problem. It's not just my problem, it's a common problem that many creative people face. A writer can remain stuck over a single para or a scene, obsessing over it, thinking over it, writing it again and again. I also sometimes see video editors getting nuts over a 2-frame transition in a 7-minute long video. You have to understand that if you are working on a project, you can sometimes get so narrowly focused on one aspect of the project that you waste unnecessary resources and time over it. Step back, ask yourself the bigger question. Try to see the forest, not the individual trees. That's my first hack for maintaining a creative balance and avoiding a creator's block. The second hack that I have here is to simply talk it out. काफी बार होता है ना, हम बहुत ज्यादा टेंशन में, बहुत ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम में, हम फोन उठा के अपने दोस्त को बात करते हैं, एंड देन वी आर लाइक, हाँ अब सही है. Why don't we apply it in our creative ventures? Just pick up your phone. Just pick up your phone, call someone and explain your problem. The very act of talking to someone clarifies your mind. Sometimes we are so locked up in the world that we have created around us that our brains begin to stagnate. As entrepreneurs, as creative people, we are required to isolate ourselves for extended periods of time to produce something creative and something productive. However, it is necessary that we have someone with whom we can talk out everything. Maybe he's a teacher, maybe he's a mentor, maybe he's just a friend. बढ़िया रहेगा कि अगर उसको आपके आपके आप जो काम कर रहे हैं आपको उसको आपके काम का टेक्निकल अंडरस्टैंडिंग है, बट अगर उसको आपके काम का टेक्निकल अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं है, even if he is not able to understand the technical problem you are in, even still it is better to talk it out. Why? Because sometimes all that you require to move on is just a counsel from someone. And in fact, this is where Amritsar Founders comes in. We provide you a peer group of entrepreneurs who understand and empathize with your predicament. So the second hack that we have for blocking the creative block is to pick up the phone and talk it out. And remember, anytime you feel that you're getting lost in your business venture or you're getting lost in your creative process, Amritsar Founders is always there to support you. We will make sure that we try to provide you assistance in any form that is possible on our end. So my second hack for getting out of our creators block is to talk it out. Phone उठाओ, बात करो, किसी से भी बात करो, things will pan out, things will become very easy. The third hack that I have is literally a hack which I've picked up from the writing process. बहुत सारे writers इस hack को follow करते हैं, which is to write a letter. Imagine कीजिए आप एक writer हैं और आप एक scenario में फंसे हुए हैं. You're maybe writing a novel, maybe you're writing a essay or an article, but you're stuck in a paragraph, you're stuck in a scenario. What many writers do is that they start simply writing a letter. I think this technique or this hack is not just applicable for writers. This is applicable for all of us. Just pick up a pen, pick up a paper, and start writing a letter. Write a letter in which you explain your problem to someone. Now, again, this someone can be a teacher, a mentor, a friend. Write it to a celebrity, write it to Shah Rukh Khan, write it to Elon Musk. Preferably, write it in the old-fashioned way, using pen and paper. The psychology of this hack is very similar to this. The psychology of this hack is very similar to the psychology of the previous hack, but it is twice more efficient. Why? Because if the act of talking clarifies your mind, the act of writing clarifies it even further. जब आप किसी चीज को लिखकर किसी को explain करने का कोशिश करते हैं, तो what happens is that it clarifies your mind, and you are able to see the bigger picture again. So you are able to move beyond what you're stuck at, and you're able to, move beyond that creator's block. So my advice is that if you're stuck in something, just write it out. Write it out in the form of a letter. And you know what? You don't even need to post that letter. उस लेटर को किसी ड्रॉर में डाल दीजिए, फाड़ कर फेंक दीजिए, बिकॉज अगर आपने एक बार लेटर लिख ली, उसका काम खत्म है. The job of writing is to clarify your mind. You're not literally gonna post it. ऐसे post भी कर दो, doesn't really matter. People will just call you nuts. But the point is, you need not even send it. You just need to write it down. Write it down, and 90% of the time you will be able to get a solution for the problem you're in, and that solution will come from your own mind. That's my third hack. I just simply write down a letter, and in that letter, I try to explain my predicament, I try to explain my problem. And while explaining the problem to a third person, to a hypothetical third person, I most of the time end up solving my own problem. The fourth hack that I have here is to be get inspired by grades. काफी बार होता है कि हमें हमारी लाइफ की प्रॉब्लम्स इतनी बड़ी लगती हैं कि हम उस पे हार मान जाते हैं. Maybe you're trying to do something which is very creative, or maybe you're trying to come up with some new idea, or maybe you're trying to come up with some new business model. But what happens is that in the middle of the process, you get stuck into something which is otherwise not that big of an issue, but उस टाइम पे हमें वो इशू बहुत बड़ा लग रहा होता है. इस तरीके के सिनेरियो में one good hack that I use is that I get inspired from the grades. I literally pick up a biography or documentary. So what you have to do is that you have to identify कि आपको कौन सा बंदा inspire करता है. If, for example, you are in IT business, or you are related to anything, any aspect of computer science, and you are really feeling down in your life, you're really feeling यार नहीं बात बन रही, pick up the biography of Steve Jobs, pick up the biography of Bill Gates, start reading it. Even if you don't have that kind of mindset that you will sit and read an entire book, just just open YouTube, search for a documentary, search for a documentary on the life of Steve Jobs, search for a documentary on the life of Elon Musk. It just transforms you. वो जो आप 1 सवा 1 घंटा 2 घंटे का डॉक्यूमेंट्री देखने के बाद प्रॉब्लम को दोबारा अटैक करने का कोशिश करते हो, you are going to be attacking it in a bigger, you'll be basically having a bigger understanding of the entire situation. So my advice is that pick up your favorite biography, documentary, or a book. Just start reading it. Just start watching that documentary. When you read about what others have achieved, when you read about how others have achieved great feats in their life, you begin to realize that your problems are not as big as you think they are. You realize that the problems at hand are eventually going to get solved. Documentaries are very effective. They have a great impact on your mind. And the act of watching a documentary for an elongated period of time also gives your mind the much needed relaxation to reboot and attack the problem with a fresh perspective. So the fourth hack that I generally use to speed up my creative process to move beyond the creator's block is to watch a documentary. Now you can read a book, you can read a biography, you can watch a documentary. These days, even podcasts are very fashionable. You can just watch a podcast, you can just listen to a podcast. Just do something that transforms your mind and you are able to see the bigger picture again. एक बारी किसी दूसरे बंदे की लाइफ में जब हम घुस के, स्पेसिफिकली जिस बंदे ने कुछ बड़ा अचीव किया है, जब हम दूसरे बंदे की लाइफ में घुसकर उसकी लाइफ को समझते हैं, तो वी रियलाइज कि हमारी जो छोटी सी प्रॉब्लम है जिसके ऊपर हम फंसे हुए हैं, वो एक्चुअल में बहुत छोटी है. In a career of 40-50 years, that problem is just a 2-day issue and you will eventually move past it. The fifth hack that I generally use is what I like to call as calm your mind. As entrepreneurs, हमारे में ना एक काबिलियत होती है, हम अपने आप को एग्जॉस्ट कर देते हैं. और ये प्रॉब्लम entrepreneurs की नहीं है, ये प्रॉब्लम entrepreneurs की नहीं है, ये प्रॉब्लम creators की भी है. So for example, if you are a painter, painters have this to exhaust themselves by writing too much. So any creator, any person into creative arts, any entrepreneur has this capacity to exhaust himself. Entrepreneurs and creative people have a tendency to work to the point of exhaustion. मैं अपनी एग्जांपल लेता हूँ. I go to my office every day at 7:15 in the morning. आजकल तो चलिए लॉकडाउन है, so we are not going to office anyway. But when it is my regular schedule, when I am in my regular schedule, I go to my office every day at 7:15 in the morning, and my last lecture or my last meeting generally ends at around 7:30 in the evening. Now that's a working stretch of 12 hours. If I try to accomplish the entire day in a single go, अगर मैं 12 घंटे continuously काम करने का कोशिश करूं, I may be able to do it for a day or two, but eventually I'm going to exhaust myself. So what I do is that I make sure that I take a break period every day between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. So 2 बजे से लेके 3 बजे तक का जो मेरा टाइम रहता है, वो मेरा मेडिटेशन के लिए या हल्का फुल्का नैप लेने के लिए रिजर्व रहता है. एक्चुअली हमारा एक अपर लिमिट है. as a person you have an upper limit of creative process. If you are really getting deep into something, if you are doing deep work, the upper limit of doing deep work in a single stretch is 4 to 6 hours. After 4 to 6 hours you are bound to get exhausted. हाँ, अगर आप बहुत ज्यादा प्रैक्टिस करते हैं, मे बी आप 5 6 7 8 10 साल से इसी तरीके के प्रोसेस में, इसी तरीके के काम में है, सो यस, उस केस में हो सकता है कि आपका जो एट अ स्ट्रेच क्रिएटिव प्रोसेस चलना है, या जो आपका डीप वर्क फोकस्ड वर्क वाला टाइम चलना है, दैट कैन गो अप टू 6 to 7 hours. बट आई हैव नेवर मेट समवन who can work for 12 hours at a stretch with the same efficiency. But I have met many people who try to do that and end up exhausting themselves. My advice here is to calm your mind. If you have put in 4 to 6 hours of dedicated work on something, that's it, break लगा दो. Even अगर आपके अंदर और काम करने का एनर्जी है, रुक जाओ. Because if you take a pause after every 4 to 6 hours, your productivity will be much more in the long term. So what I do in my personal life is that my first lecture begins at around 7:15 in the morning. So 7:15 onwards I start taking up my classes. Then around 10 o'clock, 10 to 12:30, 1 o'clock, I generally spend 3-4 hours on research and development every day. By 2 o'clock it's already that 6-hour limit that I've reached. So अगर मैं सुबह 7 बजे या लेट्स से सुबह 8 बजे काम करना शुरू करता हूँ, तो दोपहर को 1 1:30 2 बजे तक I have already reached my upper limit of deep work. So what I do is that I make sure that I take a break at exact 2 o'clock. So I generally have my lunch at around quarter to two, sometimes 1:30, sometimes quarter to two. And then by 2 o'clock, I am either taking a nap or I am just sitting and meditating. If you're able to meditate for just 30 minutes, you come out of that meditation with a really fresh mind. And when your mind is fresh, the remainder of the day is much more productive. उल्टा भी होता है, जब मैं 2 से 3 बजे का जो मेरा बीच में रेस्ट का टाइम रहता है जहाँ पे मुझे अपने माइंड को काम करना है, अगर बाय चांस मैं वो 2 से 3 का टाइम मिस कर दूं तो मेरा बाकी का आधा दिन इट रियली टर्न्स आउट टू बी क्रैपी एंड आई रियली वर्क एट नॉट मोर देन 40-50% ऑफ माय ओवरऑल एफिशिएंसी. But if I take a nap somewhere between 2 to 3, or if I meditate for 30 minutes between 2 to 3, it is much easier and much better to, much easier to handle the rest of the day. So the fifth advice that I have here is to calm your mind. Just sleep, just meditate for a while. Do anything that relaxes you. Maybe you're not that much into meditation, fine. मत करो मेडिटेशन, गाने लगा के थोड़ी देर के लिए लेट जाओ. इवन इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू स्लीप, you will end up relaxing your mind. And trust me, most of the time when we hit a creator's block, it is not because we are not able to think new things, it is because our body has hit the upper limit of our physical exhaustion. So as a rule of thumb, 4 से 6 घंटे तक अगर आप ऑलरेडी काम कर चुके हो, इवन अगर अभी काम रहता है, इवन अगर आपको लग रहा है कि आपके अंदर एनर्जी है और काम करने की, don't do that. Take a break, take a pause, rest for a while, maybe half hour, maybe 45 minutes, maybe 1 hour, and then resume with your work. That's my fifth hack for, blocking my creator's block. So if I take good rest, I do not get into that creator's block wala problem. The sixth hack, which is very much applicable these days because we are in a situation of lockdown, is to do some mundane task. Do something which is utterly boring. Do something which does not require, using this part of your body. So कोई ऐसा काम कीजिए जिसमें आपका बहुत ज्यादा दिमाग नहीं लगता. Do something which is dull, do something which is dumb. And what you'll notice is that when you get back onto the creative work after doing something which is boring and dull, your creative faculties would begin to work again. Engaging your brain in a job that does not require high degree of creativity frees up your mind and it relaxes it. So अगर आप अपने काम को किसी बोरिंग काम में लगा रहे हैं, किसी डल काम में लगा रहे हैं जहाँ पे बहुत ज्यादा मेंटल एनर्जी नहीं चाहिए, what you'll notice is that you will emerge a little bit relaxed after doing that thing. Plus, while you're doing some mundane task like washing your clothes, or managing the dishes, or maybe cleaning your room, what happens is that after washing or after managing your clothes, your brain is still working on the problem passively. So कहीं ना कहीं वो जो creative problem आपको जिसके ऊपर आप exhausted feel कर रहे थे, जिसके ऊपर आप एक block feel कर रहे थे, आपका brain उसके ऊपर अभी भी passively काम कर रहा है. So take up some mundane task that lasts for 1 to 4 hours and then come back to the problem at hand. You will be able to attack the problem with a fresh perspective. And these days, since we are in the situation of lockdown, there are many mundane things that you have to do on your own. कपड़े तुम्हें आजकल खुद धोने पड़ रहे हैं, बर्तन तुम्हें खुद साफ करने पड़ रहे हैं. Assuming that we do not have any full-time maid or full-time help, household help with us, most of us are doing these things on our own. So make sure that whenever we are feeling that we are exhausted, maybe we have worked on something for 3 to 4 hours, 5 hours, and then we are feeling that ideas aane band ho gaye, we have hit our creator's block, that is the time to do something mundane. That is the time to do something which is not gonna be, very intellectually productive. As soon as the lockdown gets over, जब lockdown खत्म होता है, what you can do is that you can also take a drive or a walk. So अभी तो हम घर से ज़्यादा बाहर निकल नहीं सकते, but once our lockdown is over, what we can do is that अगर हमें लग रहा है that we are hitting a creator's block, just pick up your car, just pick up your motorcycle, take a ride around the block. Better still, pedal सैर कर लो, go for a walk, have some good cycling time. Spend some time on such physical activities which do not require any mental thinking or any mental processing. And the very act of doing some mundane task will restore your creativity and you will be able to overcome your creator's block. The seventh point that I have here is something which we all know is going to be very helpful and we still are not doing anything about it. Kill social media, kill distractions. काफी बार ऐसा होता है कि हम सुबह उठते हैं, It's probably 7:30 in the morning, and we are feeling like, wow, this is the day to be. Today I've woken up on time. I'm gonna seize the day. I'm gonna, literally attack all the problems today. And the moment you wake up, you have 7 notifications on Instagram, 2 notifications on Facebook. Then there's a new video which your favorite creator has uploaded on YouTube. And what happens is that you simply start your day by, literally, scrolling through the feed of your phone. And as a result, it is already 1.5 hour or 2 hours past, and you have exhausted all your energy in doing something which is utterly non-productive, utterly wasteful. My advice for the day: kill social media. The moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep, you should not be using social media at all. There are people who say कि पहले हम थोड़ी देर काम कर लेते हैं, फिर हम Facebook चला लेंगे, फिर हम Instagram चला लेंगे. We'll balance it out. Trust me, balance does not work in case of social media. So my advice is that if you really want to be productive in some creative venture, kill your social media, kill your Facebook, kill your Instagram. Literally delete those apps from your phone for the period in which you are working on the project. Maybe आपका प्रोजेक्ट 7 से 10 दिन का है. 7 से 10 दिन के लिए इंस्टाग्राम, फेसबुक सब कुछ अपने फोन से हटा दीजिए. Uninstall all the applications and focus completely on the project that you're working on. काफी बार हमारा प्रोजेक्ट इसीलिए रुक जाता है because we get so distracted and so interrupted again and again that we lose all our creativity and all our productivity. Some people try to justify it कि यार तो क्या हुआ, एक फोन कॉल आया था, एक मैसेज आया था, it hardly took 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes. Creative process doesn't work like that. It is not a factory which is producing कि अगर 2 मिनट के लिए रुक गई तो सिर्फ 2 मिनट का ही प्रोडक्शन लॉस होगा. Creative process is something which is done in a elongated chunk of time. So if you're doing something which is very creative, or if you're trying to come up with something new, you require elongated periods of time. You require extended periods of time. Probably best productivity comes in a time frame of 2 to 4 hours, and those 2 to 4 hours you cannot afford to be interrupted by Facebook and Instagram and other nonsensical distractions which happen all the time. So if you want to be creatively productive and you want to avoid hitting your creator's block again and again, take my advice: kill social media for the period of 7 to 10 days or whatever your projects call for. The eighth point that I have here is something which I am finding very effective these days, which is to change the scenery or to change the physical location you are in. Now imagine a scenario. Imagine कीजिए that आप अपने रूम में पिछले 3 दिन से बैठे हैं और आप किसी प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. You are unable to make any progress over it. You are not just stuck in a mental state, but also in a physical state. Pick up your laptop or whatever equipment you're carrying and just simply move to a new room. I have a home office which I've been using from the last 40 days or so because of the lockdown. But sometimes what happens is that if I've been working in my home office from last, let's say, 4 to 5 days, I hit a situation where I'm not able to think anything new. So what I do is that I simply pick up everything and move from my home office to my bedroom. I work there for about 1 to 2 days and then I'm back to my office. What I have observed is that the very act of putting your body into a new physical location helps you put your brain into a new mental location. Change your room, take your laptop, sit in a balcony, do anything, change the scenario around you, change the things around you, and what you'll notice is that your mind has become productive again. That's my eighth hack for avoiding the creator's block. The second last hack, or the ninth hack that I have, is to simply move on. काफी बार काफी बार हम किसी प्रॉब्लम पे ऐसा फंस जाते हैं कि हम वहां से आगे मूव नहीं कर पाते, और मूव ना कर पाने का कारण वो प्रॉब्लम की डिफिकल्टी नहीं होती, वो प्रॉब्लम का रेपिटेटिवनेस होता है. फॉर एग्जांपल, मैंने डिस्कशन के स्टार्टिंग में वर्कशीट का एग्जांपल दिया था. अब पहली बार वर्कशीट बनाना, दूसरी बार वर्कशीट बनाना, दैट इज अ क्रिएटिव प्रोसेस. बट अगर मुझे वही वर्कशीट 15, 20, 30, 40 बार बार बनानी पड़ रही है, टॉपिक्स को, क्वेश्चंस को चेंज करके, देन इट बिकम्स वेरी बोरिंग. And as a creative person, as an entrepreneur, you have a tendency to start avoiding that thing because it is repetitive, it is boring. Sometimes we are not able to understand that what is holding us back is not the entire project, but rather a specific part of that project which we find very boring, which we find to be very, very repetitive and not interesting. Now, my advice here is that you need to identify that particular part of the project which is bothering you, and then ask yourself, do I really have to do it on my own, or do I have the possibility of skipping it? काफी बार तो वो जो प्रॉब्लम आपको फंसा रहा है या जो प्रोजेक्ट का मॉड्यूल आपको फंसा रहा है, वो ऐसा मॉड्यूल होता है जो आपने ऑलरेडी किया हुआ है, आप उसमें बोर्ड फील कर रहे हो एंड यू आर नॉट मेकिंग प्रोग्रेस ऑन इट. So sometimes a module of the project that is holding you back is absolutely necessary. It is something that you cannot skip, but at the same time, it is so repetitive and so mundane and so boring that you don't feel like doing it on your own. In that case, try to delegate this work to someone. Now, if you have a staff member who can do it, very well, delegate the work to you. If there is no in-house resource for that particular problem, then try outsourcing that particular module to someone. Or if you have already developed the algorithm, if you have already developed the methodology of handling such a task, why don't you hire an intern and assign him a particular task? मैं कभी कभी मजाक में कहता हूँ that aptitude baba was built by interns. Aptitude baba को मैंने create नहीं किया, इसको बनाने में interns की योगदान है, interns का effort है. And the reason is very clear. We periodically hire final year students from Guru Nanak Dev University as interns. We provide them with a short-term training to solve the particular problem at hand. We do pay them very well so that they do not leave us before the module is completed. And then we just let them do that particular aspect or that particular module of the bigger project. You have to learn to let go of things. As an entrepreneur, हम काफी बार ऐसी सिचुएशन में फंस जाते हैं जहां पे वी हैव दिस माइंडसेट कि मुझे खुद ही करना है. यू हैव टू लर्न. हर चीज हमें खुद नहीं करनी, बिकॉज अगर हर चीज हम खुद कर रहे हैं तो एज अ क्रिएटर वी माइट नॉट be able to accomplish lot of things. So you have to learn to let go of. If you try to do everything on your own, you would certainly hit up an upper limit of your creative productivity. Now, you would be wondering, most of you would be wondering, why do we have this awkward image of some, temple or some church in the middle of my slides? Well, this is the image. This is the photograph of the ceiling of the world famous Sistine Chapel of Italy. It is a huge work of art. It is nearly 5,000 square feet in size. It was painted by Michelangelo in 1508, and it almost took him 4 years to do that. For 4 years, he was working like 9 to 5 every day for at least 12 hours every day painting this chapel, the ceiling of this chapel. And the common perception that we have is of a person. Michelangelo is of a person who is a solitary figure toiling away in this vacant chapel, like literally chhat ke upar chadkar he is making all those paintings and all that stuff. Now this perception is wrong. The reality is that Michelangelo, when he was painting this huge piece of work, this huge piece of art, he had many assistants working for him. He had many assistants who would be mixing up the paint, scrambling up things, moving up and down the ladder to help him out with the painting. And sometimes they would be literally painting instead of Michelangelo. जो डिजाइन था पूरे चैपल की छत का, जो पूरे चैपल की छत का, सिस्टीन चैपल की छत का जो डिजाइन था, वो माइकल एंजेलो का था. स्केचेस जो थे उसने खुद बनाए थे, फ्रेस्कोस पे पेंट उसने खुद किया था, लेकिन बाकी सारा मिनियल काम उसके असिस्टेंट्स ने किया था. बट आज की डेट में हम सिस्टीन चैपल को माइकल एंजेलो की क्रिएटिविटी के लिए जानते हैं. We have to take this analogy of Sistine Chapel in your mind. If you try to paint the entire ceiling of Sistine Chapel on your own, even if you're Michelangelo, you will never be able to do it on your own. Hire people who are able to handle repetitive tasks for you, because if your brain gets free from repetitive tasks, you are again able to see the bigger picture and you are again able to expedite your creative process. The last hack that I have for breaking through the creator's block is to start a new project. Imagine कीजिए आप किसी प्रोजेक्ट में या किसी सिचुएशन में, आप किसी क्रिएटिव वेंचर में फंसे हुए हैं. You have been trying to do it from, let's say, 4 or 5 days, maybe a week or two, and you are not able to make any progress. In such a situation, my advice is to just leave the project. Project ko chhod do. Start with something which is new. Sometimes all you need is a feeling of winning a battle. To recharge yourself, start a project that can be completed very quickly, maybe in a day or two. So आप जिस प्रोजेक्ट के ऊपर फंसे हुए हैं पिछले 10 दिन से, 7 दिन से, हफ्ते भर से, उस प्रोजेक्ट को साइड पे रख दीजिए और एक नया प्रोजेक्ट शुरू कर लीजिए। मेक श्योर जो आप प्रोजेक्ट उठा रहे हैं वो एक छोटा प्रोजेक्ट है जिसको आप 1, 2, 3 या 4 दिनों में खत्म कर सकते हैं। Make sure that it's an easy and small project, and the project should be such that it motivates you to come back and attack the problem again with a new vigor. For example, let us say you're writing a marketing pitch to woo a prospective client. आप एक marketing pitch लिख रहे हो जिसके साथ अपने अपने आपने एक नए client को target करना है, but due to some strange reason, it's been 3 days and you're not able to make any progress on this marketing pitch. टेक माई एडवाइस, इस मार्केटिंग पिच को छोड़ दीजिए, जस्ट लीव इट, पिक अप अ न्यू प्रोजेक्ट। मे बी आपका कोई क्रिएटिव है जो भी अगले मंडे ड्यू होना है, आपने अपने क्लाइंट को अगले मंडे को क्रिएटिव बनाकर देना है, उस क्रिएटिव को भी बनाना शुरू कर दीजिए। उस क्रिएटिव को जब आप उसको कंप्लीट कर लेंगे, जो भी मंडे को आपने डिलीवर करना है, जब आप उसे फ्राइडे को बनाकर अपने क्लाइंट को डिलीवर कर देंगे, तो वो जो एडवांस में काम करने की खुशी होगी, वो जो एंथुसियाज्म होगा, वो आपको एक अलग किस्म की सेटिस्फेक्शन देगा। And the satisfaction of having completed something ahead of the due date will provide you with this sense of enthusiasm, which enthusiasm can be again channeled to attack the same problem again. So एक बार आपने एक जंग जीत ली, उसके बाद इस प्रोजेक्ट को कंप्लीट करने के एंथुसियाज्म को, इस जंग के जीतने को एंथुसियाज्म को वापस उस प्रोजेक्ट पर, उस वेंचर पे ले आइए जहां पर आप फंसा हुआ फील कर रहे थे। एंड यू what you'll find is that you're able to attack the problem with a fresh perspective, and you're able to uh, you know able to handle that problem in a different aspect or in a different way. So some of you would have figured it by now. If you guys haven't figured it out yet, so I'm going to announce it. This webinar that I'm delivering right now is one such project that I've picked up to avoid my own creator's block. Actually, I was feeling very blocked on the thing that I've been working from last 40 days or so. So I thought it would be a nice thing to start with a small project, which I can deliver in a 2, 3 day or 4 day preparation period. And after that thing is done, I can take the enthusiasm and energy of a victory of having completed a project back to the original project, which was bothering me. So even this webinar that I'm delivering is the 10th point in application. So with this, I'll be completing my talk on avoiding your creator's block. I've deliberately tried to keep everything short, crisp, and tidy so that we have more time left for Q&A or questions and answers. So let's move on to the final discussion now. Let's move on to questions and answers.
Thank you so much, Rishabh. The session was actually very helping, and the hacks which you shared are amazing. But I think it's going to be difficult for everybody to, delete the social media part. That's a little tricky
Yeah,
for everyone.
it's a difficult thing. I've been struggling with it myself. See, आज की डेट में अगर आपको अपने बिजनेस को चलाना है, तो you have to be there on social media. But then it becomes very tricky where to draw that line. So what I've done from the last 1 month or so is that I've tried to, remove my personal accounts from the various apps that I have. So Facebook के ऊपर, the app that I'm running on my phone, what I've done is that I've removed my personal account and I'm only using it for pages. So I'm only using the Facebook to manage my pages. Similarly, what I've done is that I've removed my personal account from Instagram, which is on my phone. And what I've done is that I've kept a different phone. मैंने एक different phone रखा हुआ है, which I'm able to, do all the social media thing for my personal stuff. For example, this is the old phone that I was carrying from like 2, 3 years back. So all my personal social media accounts are on this phone, including WhatsApp. So whenever I'm doing something productive, this goes to the other room. And this is the other phone on which I keep everything related to my office work. So this remains with me all the time. So I think even if we are not able to switch off the entire social media thing, at least what we can do is that we can separate out personal from professional. Professional को हम avoid नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन personal को हम side पे रख सकते हैं.
Oh, right. So अब हम लोग question and answers लेते हैं, Rishabh. So we have some questions. Let me start with the question. Mr. Karan Sidhu is asking, is there any tool or platform on internet where can I discuss, validate, clarify, or brainstorm my ideas?
See, that depends upon the venture you are in. So for example, if you're into programming, there are many platforms on which you can do it. You can just Google it. Where can I solve my programming issues? a common a place where I used to go as a student when I used to have doubts in my programming was Stack Overflow. Apart from that, Hacker Earth, and there are a number of platforms you can just search it out. Also, Quora is a very good resource. You can ask questions and people try to answer that. So I think that would depend upon the venture that you're in. So maybe painting के लिए कुछ different होगा, writing के लिए कुछ different होगा, and programming के लिए we obviously have different things. So I think that would depend from profession to profession.
Great. So then moving to the next question. We have two questions from Mr. Rubil Tuli. So his first question is, kindly share a particular method you adopt for meditation. What exactly does meditation mean to you?
See, as such, I have learned different meditation techniques. So when I was in my college, I was too much into spirituality and meditation. So I did learn a number of things. One of my favorite meditation technique is the one which I learned in an organization by the name of Art of Living. So I do practice Sudarshan Kriya. It is an effective meditation to focus, or rather, I should say, refocus your mind towards your creative process. But I think if you want to start with the practice of meditation rather than learning something which is heavy and something which requires a lot of focused effort in learning the meditation itself, just sit down, just एक बार शांति से बैठिए. Maybe you can just sit on a floor or on a bed or maybe even a sofa, wherever you feel comfortable. Close your eyes, and just observe your breath. So अपनी सांसों को बाहर जाते हुए और आते हुए you can start observing it. What I generally do is that if I have to take a short meditation session, so I just close up my eyes and I just sit in a comfortable pose and I start counting the number of breaths I have taken. So by the time I am at my 200th or 300th breaths, my mind is pretty fresh again. Again, meditation is something which can be learned easily. So I think उसको सीखा जा सकता है, not a big deal. I particularly recommend Sudarshan Kriya, which is taught by Art of Living, so you can learn it. It's an easy meditation technique. So Rajat, there was, I suppose, one more question.
Yeah, there is one more question. Do you use any specific phone app to organize and discipline your lifestyle?
As such, the only app that I use to organize my phone is to not use my phone. Actually, I try avoiding using the phone as much as possible. That is why even some of my friends do complain that whenever we text you on WhatsApp, you are the last person to reply on time. I think that's the easiest way of handling it. And trust me, if something is important enough, someone would call you. Trust me. जरूरी नहीं है कि हर व्हाट्सएप मैसेज का उसी टाइम जवाब देना है, हर इंस्टाग्राम मेंशन का उसी टाइम पे रिप्लाई करना है, थैंक यू करना है, हर फेसबुक कमेंट को उसी टाइम पे रिप्लाई करना है. दैट इज रियली नॉट नेसेसरी. As a creative person, now if you are into digital marketing and social media marketing, that's a different thing altogether. But as a creative person who is trying to work upon some project, avoiding social media is the best app that you can download on your phone.
Okay. So I have a very interesting question. Somebody's asking you, are you also guilty of focusing on the narrow aspects rather than the bigger picture?
Many a times, it still happens. Many a times it happens with me. And I think it is still a work in progress. I personally feel that if an advice is good enough, you should be giving that advice to everyone around you, even if you're not able to do that thing 100%. For example, I told you that you should meditate. Many times what happens is that even I sometimes get so much occupied during the day that I'm not able to take that 2 baje se 3 baje ka time to meditate or relax or sleep. As a result, I do have a crappy evening. But yeah, if you have become conscious about it कि मुझे थकावट को avoid करना है, मुझे अपने mind को शांत रखना है, मुझे अपनी creativity को enhance करने के लिए अपने आप को focused, alert और calm रखना है, तो over the period of time you are able to improve on things.
So then there is one more. How do you usually calm your mind? You by meditation, exercise, or you do something else?
See, exercise is something which I really want to do, but I have not been able to change my own bad habits. So I am not really the guy who is exercising a lot these days. Sometimes, yes, I do some little bit PT and some basic exercise and stuff. But most of the time, I am guilty of not doing exercise. But however, I recommend it. exercising does, speed up your entire system, and it does improve your creativity. It does impact your creativity in a very positive way. So exercise करनी चाहिए. मैं चाहे खुद बहुत ज़्यादा exercise नहीं करता, कभी कभार करता हूँ, शायद 10 दिन में एक बार. But again, this is something which even I need to improve, and someone who really wants to improve his creative process should at least go to gym or do some basic exercise 4 times a week.
That's a great suggestion. So we have some more questions. That is, how to handle the abrupt sleep cycle in this lockdown?
See, that is a problem with which even I was suffering during the lockdown. In fact, I had a discussion with someone else as well about this problem. Ki, I'm not able to manage my sleep cycle. Uh, as a rule of thumb, I think the easiest change that I've made to my own personal life to avoid abrupt sleep cycle or disturbed circadian rhythm is that I have simply cut off all the coffee from my diet. So I'm not taking any coffee. So generally what happens is that every person has a different, you can say, receptivity for caffeine intake. So कुछ लोगों को शायद कॉफी के कप के 2 घंटे के बाद नींद आ जाए. आई एम दी काइंड ऑफ पर्सन जिसने अगर शाम को 7 बजे कॉफी पी ली तो मुझे रात को 2 बजे तक प्रॉपर नींद नहीं आएगी. अगर आएगी भी तो that won't be a high quality sleep. So what I've done is that I'm not taking coffee at all. Tea, yes, sometimes I take tea, but it is never after 4 o'clock. So after 4 o'clock in the evening, I do not take tea. Also, sometimes if you feel like that you're not able to sleep, specifically if it is late night, already let's say 11:30-12 बज चुके हैं, and आपको कल सुबह 6 बजे उठना है, and you are like कि मुझे सुबह उठना है, but right now even I'm not going to be in that mode where I can sleep. What you can do is that you can try meditating, because see what happens is that most of the time, if you are meditating at night, अगर आप रात को 10, 11, 12 बजे meditation कर रहे हो, तो that meditation generally ends up turning into sleep. But don't do that on the floor. जमीन पे बैठ के नहीं करना, otherwise you can end up sleeping on the floor. Try to meditate sitting on your bed and it will work out.
And that's a great suggestion. So we have some more questions. That is from Mr. Manpreet. So he's asking, one day I was supposed to write blogs on guest blogging, and the person who was delivering me the topics all were having almost the same titles. So how could I write different things in different blogs with almost similar topics?
So sorry, I didn't get the question very clearly. Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, I'll do that. So Manpreet is asking, one day I was supposed to write blogs on guest blogging, and the person who was delivering me the topics all were having almost the same titles. So how could I write different things in different blogs with almost similar topics?
See, जहाँ तक I am able to understand the question is कि there was already a blog written with similar heading and similar topic, and I had to create another blog and another, similar kind of blog or similar kind of topic. Is that the question? Am I getting the question?
I'll tell you again. Basically वो पूछ रहे हैं कि somebody was giving him blogs to write, तो जो topics लिए थे वो almost उनके title same थे.
अच्छा.
तो उसके अंदर different blog में अलग-अलग चीजें same topic में कैसे लिख सकते हैं?
Okay, so it is like you want to write the same thing, but you want to express that in different words.
Yeah, basically the titles were same, but he has to write different blogs.
Okay, the title is same that, but you have to write the different content.
Yeah, the titles were similar to each other.
Okay. See, first of all, I'll accept my limitation. I am not a writer by profession, and I'm not a copywriter either. So I think I wouldn't be able to give a very good advice on that. But yes, what we can generally do is that we can do a lot of research and development. We can do a lot of research on the topic that we are trying to write about. And sometimes we can write the same thing from different perspectives. For example, if you are writing something on, let's say, Kashmir issue, okay, then what you can do is that you can write the same thing, that is the Kashmir issue, and you can try writing it from different perspectives. For example, one perspective that you can take is that of a businessman who is trying to run his business in this state. Another perspective that you can pick is that of a student who is trying to move out of this situation and make a career? Again, I'm not a writing professional, so I might not be able to offer the best advice on this question.
So this question is one of my favorite too. So because it's related to food. So the question is, does food play a role in creativity?
Definitely, definitely, definitely. See, as such, if you want to go into the old Indian philosophy, so in our Indian philosophy, we divide the food into three aspects. So we have the sattvic food, we have the rajasic food, and we have the tamasic food. Now, I'm not getting into the religious aspect of it, but what I've noticed is that foods which are qualified under tamasic food are generally heavy and easy and difficult to digest. As a result, as a creator, you should avoid tamasic food. नाउ आई एम नॉट दैट काइंड ऑफ गाय जो कहेगी प्याज मत खाओ, लहसुन मत खाओ, खाओ यार, उससे कोई खास क्रिएटिविटी को फर्क नहीं पड़ता. एटलीस्ट मुझे नहीं लगता कि उससे क्रिएटिविटी को फर्क पड़ता है. बट यस, इफ यू आर ईटिंग समथिंग विच इज फुल ऑफ फैट, maybe you're eating something which is heavy in stuff, something like butter chicken or something which is full of those cheesy and gravy and buttery things, then probably that dulls the mind for a while. So if you have had a good heavy plentiful heavy meal, तो उसके बाद the creativity curve does fall below level. So my journal advice would be that if you are into a creative venture, or if you are doing something which requires great deal of intellectual productivity, try to avoid something which is very heavy to digest, which is full of fats, and which is otherwise not something which is easily digestible in your body.
So then we have some more questions. This question is from Sukh Sagar.
Okay.
As a creator, what has been the biggest challenge to you during the lockdown? Your personal fatigue or some external factor? And how are you dealing with it?
Hmm. See, as such, during the lockdown, I think the biggest problem that we have as a creator, or at least I have as a creator, is that my ecosystem has collapsed. So, for example, agar pehle, like I'm a teacher, so what we are doing is that we are right now creating a video course and we are sending the videos to our students, the lectures, recorded lectures to our students. So, pehle when I was in my routine setup, so what I would do is that if I have to create a video, I would just record it, and then I had someone special in my office, a guy who would be doing the video editing wala thing. So that guy would just take up all the raw videos from me and edit it up. Since we are in a situation of lockdown, that thing is not doable. So what I'm right now doing is that कि पहले videos का recording भी मैं खुद कर रहा हूँ, फिर editing भी मैं खुद कर रहा हूँ, फिर posting भी मैं खुद कर रहा हूँ. So yes, that ecosystem that I had around me has collapsed, but I think that is a manageable problem. I have to simply put in more hours because the person who was doing those things for me is not available with me physically, is not able to do those things for me. But apart from that, I think putting in extra hours is helping me out. Then around last week, what happened was that the main camera on which I was recording my lectures, that camera collapsed. Now, since we are in a lockdown and the service station of Panasonic is either in Jalandhar or in Ludhiana, both the cities are in a state of complete lockdown. Both of them are in red zone. So I'm not really able to fix up my camera. So that's one other limiting factor. Moreover, if I'm trying to buy a new camera, none of the shops in Amritsar which generally deal with camera equipments are open right now. So yeah, even that's a limiting factor. So I think lockdown induced creative blocks are more of physical creative blocks than mental creative blocks.
So then we have a question from Advocate Varinder. She is asking how to stop procrastinations in this lockdown time or otherwise due to a lot of pressure in different works.
Again, I'll like to qualify anything that I say by first of all saying that I'm not a person with a background in clinical psychology, nor I'm someone who can offer the best advice. But I think for me the easiest way of avoiding any kind of frustrating scenario or any kind of situation is that as a entrepreneur, I just remain invested into the thing that I'm doing. So the core of being an entrepreneur is that there has to be a complete patch up. There has to be a complete, there has to be a complete communication between what your professional goals are and what your personal goals are. So अगर आपके personal goals और आपके professional goals आपस में aligned हैं, then as an entrepreneur, lockdown might create some issues, but what you can do is that you can remain committed to your professional work. So as a teacher, what I'm doing is that I've simply immersed myself into the act of teaching online, and that is helping me out. So my easiest way of handling any kind of psychological issue would be to drown myself in so much work that I do not have that time for that kind of problem. But yes, there will be some people who would be suffering from the psychological issues induced by forced isolation. So I think the best possible situation, the best possible solution for such a situation would be to seek any kind of professional help. I'm not a trained professional in psychology, so I can't provide you the right answer for that.
Yeah. So we'll take more 2 to 3 questions, Rishabh.
Okay.
So the question is, what is the biggest distraction to your creativity?
uh Biggest distraction, like otherwise or during lockdown?
Nothing specific, but otherwise and during lockdown, you can tell both.
See, the biggest distraction used to be social media, as I mentioned it already. But from last 1.5 years or 2 years or so, I have literally curbed out my tendency towards social media, specifically for my personal accounts. So apart from social media, which I've curved out, the biggest distraction that I generally have is unplanned meetings. So maybe a new customer walks into the center, maybe a new student walks into the center and I have to attend it. Maybe random student walks into the center and presents some doubts to me and I have to attend those doubts, because as a teacher I'm supposed to take the doubts of the students. So un unplanned meetings are obviously a big distraction in my daily life when I am in my regular setup. However, during lockdown, I think the biggest distraction that I have is my family. So all of us are in that situation, since you're at home, your parents, your siblings, your nephews, your niece, everyone takes you for granted. He's available at home. He's ready to help us out in anything. And as a family member, even you can't refuse that. If your dad expects you to go and do something, let's say in some other part of the house, you can't refuse. You can't say that, dad, I'm doing my work right now, I can't do that. So yes, family is, yeah, somewhat of a distraction these days. But I think with communication, if we are able to communicate clearly with our family that this is my creative time, this is the time I do not want to be disturbed, I think that can be handled. Not a big deal, can be handled.
Yeah, yeah. Right. So we'll take another question. What is the key to get out of procrastination chains?
Uh, should I answer it from the perspective of creative people, creators block, or just Susti?
Anything. I guess a journal thing will be good for everyone, or
Okay.
maybe a creative blog will also do.
Okay. See, from the perspective of someone who is very creative, procrastination sometimes also comes out of the fact that you're trying to ensure the quality of something and you're not able to ensure the quality of something. And as a result, what happens is that instead of doing that particular thing in which you are stuck, you do 10 different things, but you don't do that particular thing which you're supposed to do. So कई बारी क्या होता है, as a creator or as a programmer or as someone who is trying to do something new or trying to bring up something new, आपको जो काम करना चाहिए उसमें आपको दिक्कत आती है, और उस दिक्कत को साइकोलॉजिकली आप अवॉइड करने के लिए व्हाट यू डू इज दैट यू स्टार्ट डूइंग एवरीथिंग व्हिच इज नॉट रिलेटेड टू दैट थिंग. सो आप 10 चीजें और करते हो उस चीज को करने की बजाय. So you have to just you have to just understand the fact कि procrastination, how should I put it, it's like, as such, the problem that we have is not कि हमारा ये काम करने को दिल नहीं कर रहा. The problem that we have as a creative person is that we don't feel like कि अगर हम इस काम को करेंगे तो जो productivity मिलनी चाहिए वो मिलेगी. So when you enter that state, use any of the 10 hacks that I've mentioned here. Try following any of these 10 hacks, and what you'll find is that something will work out for you.
Yeah, right. So there is another question. Posture or break trick according to you to keep your spine healthy?
Okay. See, as such, I think, as such, See, there are professionals who can help you out with designing an ergonomic or a proper setup for your office. But as a rule of thumb, try to keep your laptop at the level of your eye. So there are some cheap stands available. You can order them from Amazon. So you can just order those stands from either Flipkart or Amazon. So those stands will just raise the screen of the laptop to a degree that it's in front of your eyes. सो अगर हम अपने लैपटॉप की स्क्रीन को थोड़ा ऊपर उठा सकते हैं कि वो आपके आई लेवल के ऊपर आ जाए. फॉर एग्जांपल अगर जो भी मेरा लैपटॉप है दैट्स डायरेक्टली ऑन माय आई लेवल. सो आई थिंक दैट helps handle at least 50% of the problems. Also try to invest in a good chair. So if you're sitting in your office and working for long periods of time, maybe 4 hour 5 hour 6 hour at stretch, it is very good to have a proper chair. जितना बढ़िया आपका चेयर है उतना प्रॉपर आप रिलैक्स रह सकते हैं और आपकी बैकबोन एंड स्पाइन हेल्थ एंड एवरीथिंग कैन रिमेन ओके. So invest in a table that can lift the screen of the laptop to the eye level, number one. And number two, buy a good chair. Buy a good chair. Trust me, it is worth it. It is worth it.
So the last, we'll take the last question, Rishabh. It's from Mr. Manmeet. He's asking, being an architect, we create designs for space, and without a team, it's getting very difficult to develop a design. What do you think is the best way to get the team along during lockdown?
Uh, Again, I'm not a person with a background in architecture, so I might not have the complete understanding of the problem that you are in, Manmeet, right now. So Manmeet, आप जिस प्रॉब्लम में अभी हैं शायद मैं उस चीज की गहराई को या उस चीज की डेप्थ को नहीं समझ सकता. So I'll refrain from giving an answer. I think just try to communicate as much as it is possible. That's it.
Oh, what he wants to know is that what is the best way to get the team along during lockdown?
What is the best way to get the team along during lockdown?
Yeah.
Uh, See, as such, as an entrepreneur, it is a difficult problem. Uh, See, it is a difficult, again, many of us have a background in entrepreneurship. You would agree with one thing that I'm going to say. स्टाफ से रूटीन में काम करवाना भी कोई इजी चीज नहीं होती. यू हैव टू मूव around, move with, and sometimes push your staff to do things. So even in your daily routine, it is a difficult thing to get your staff to do things. And when it comes to lockdown, it becomes even more difficult. So right now I am also suffering with the same issues. So it is actually difficult to communicate with the staff. So yes, there are tools available. You can use Slack, you can use Zoom, but beyond that, I think जो एक physical presence ना होने की limitations हैं वो है.
Yeah, right.
मतलब इस
So,
करने की बजाय we have to accept it कि yes, there's a limitation.
yeah. So with that, Rishabh, we'll wrap up our question answer round also.
Okay.
Right. So I would like to give a little introduction about Amritsar Founders. So before we wrap up, Amritsar Founder Association was founded with a view to promote high standards of business behavior based on ethical values and international work culture. Our mission is to empower young entrepreneurs, grow their ideas, generate employment, and organize market clutter for a holistic progress of stand-alone enterprises. So, guys, we are an association of young entrepreneurs. So, if anybody would like to join our group, can reach us on Facebook. We have a page on Facebook with the name of Amritsar Founders. And we do have a website also with the name of amritsarfounders.org. So if anybody would like to connect with us, have any questions, have any queries, want to join our group, is most welcome. You guys can reach us on Facebook and on our website. So thank you again, Rishabh. It was a wonderful session. Thank you so much for taking out time for us.
My pleasure.
So with this, we'll wrap up our session, and thank you everybody for joining in.